Moonies. So before we get into the video, I just want to go over a few things. Everything is allegedly and fair use. Nothing is fact, just solely based commentary of my opinions and thoughts. My videos are for educational purposes only and not meant to cause harm to anyone or their brand. Remember, everything mentioned in my videos are fair use, and I'm giving commentary based on information and situations displayed publicly. That being said, Moonies, grab your tea and let's get into some things. Welcome. If you are new to my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. I call all of my supporters my Moonies. So again, welcome. I hope you all enjoy the video, and let's just get into it. So y'all, let's get into it. So I've been seeing all this controversy surrounding the whole Remy Ma discussing her alleged deal that she had with Atlantic Records that fell through, didn't pan out the way that they expected, and she spent all this money for this supposedly unity situation, and she didn't get what she thought she was going to get out of the situation.
About the female lyricism, where it's at right now.
I feel like I contributed to that.
That's right.
I feel like I contributed
100%.
to that. I don't know if, like, they'll ever give it to me while I'm here and still moving around. But when I came home, it was a very different climate from when I went away.
That's a fact.
Like, people may not remember when I went away. I called my case in 2007. I got locked up March 2008. 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14. I was locked up. So when I came home, it was just one. Like, Nick was out here like
she was dominating.
She wasn't fucking with nobody.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted a feature that was a female rapper, it was gonna be her. If a project came out of it, that's what it wasn't. No options. And I was just like, damn, like, okay, that's cool. But I'm home and I gotta get to this bag.
That's right.
And it was everything happened with me and her, and we fell out for some stupid shit to me. But
it's always over something stupid. It's never nothing real, Rem. I never had a real problem with none of these artists.
Me neither. But fell out some stupid shit. I had the opportunity to do Summer Jam. And of course, everybody was expecting me to be on bullshit, which I was, of course, like, I was. But I'm like, yo, I want this to be more than just like that. Like, I tell people all the time, like, it's easy to tear some shit down. Like, you be in this warehouse, like, you tell me to tear this shit down, I can make this shit.
We get some sledgehammers.
I'm gonna figure out how to tear this shit down.
But
now
we gotta build it up.
How you gotta build it so that it's stable. It could withstand the elements.
Now we gonna be sitting here making calls.
It's
like,
different.
We gonna be on thumbtack.
And I took my whole budget. They might have paid me about like $60,000 that year, 60, 70. And I took my whole budget. I called Kim. I called MC Light. I called Cardi. I called Young and May. I called Yo-Yo. I called Queen Latifah. And whatever they needed, hair, makeup, flights, whatever, I took my budget and I got everybody. Like, I wanted to show, like, yo, just the people that came.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I've been saying from the very beginning that I always felt like something was off about Remy. I felt like when she first got out of jail, she went straight to loving hip-hop. Then it was them trying to push her to be the next face of female rap. It just gave, like, something was just off. Like, I never really cared for Remy like that. Not only that, in my opinion, when Remy first came out of jail and she started doing all those interviews and trying to make her way back into the industry, her story kept changing in her interviews. Like, I remember one interview she did, it was like her first interview. She was saying she liked Nicki, she doesn't have an issue with Nicki. Then all of a sudden it was, I don't like her, she's trying to stop my bag. Not only that, it never matched up with the narrative that she spun on Love and Hip Hop. Now, granted, on Love and Hip Hop, a lot of that shit is scripted. But some stuff is true. And a lot of the girls on Love and Hip Hop that were casted with her at that time, they idolized her and looked up to her. But her persona that she had on the show versus how she was in real life was different. And I say that because on the show, she always preached about being real, being honest. Her and Pop was the face of Black love, like unity and trying to get the girls together. But when it came to Nicki, the energy was different. Like, it wasn't giving that energy. Because her basically admitting that she allegedly was paid 60 to 70,000 to basically go against Nicki and push her out of the industry basically proves everything that Nicki was saying, and basically proves what all of the Barbs were saying, that she did this for the money, and her plan, it didn't work. It actually backfired, and now her career is paying the price for it. Because she allegedly got dropped from her label. Her 7 falls, 6 winners, whatever the fuck it's called, never dropped. It just didn't go the way that she thought it was going to go. I think she thought she was going to be the new face of female rap. She was going to be the next Lil' Kim. And it went the complete opposite. And it fucked up her bag. And I really feel like, in my opinion, that the narrative that they try to push when it comes to Nicki is that, oh, she's always trying to stop somebody's bag. She's not a girl's girl. She don't want to work with nobody. You clearly can see that these other women fit that narrative, because everything that y'all say about Nicki, that is y'all to a T. And can't nobody make me think different. I'm sorry. Now, allegedly, the reason why she accepted the deal with Atlantic was allegedly because Remy had money before she got locked up. But allegedly, Pap spent all the money. So when she got out of jail, he didn't have anything to show for her. So she was on a hustle when she first got out. And she was willing to do whatever by any means necessary. And now I don't agree with her doing that type of shit, because Nicki already told the girls how the game go. Not only that, you was in the game way before Nicki was in the game. So you should have already known how that shit was going to go. So to think that you was finna shit on somebody who is the highest selling female rapper today, you lost your fucking mind. And a lot of the OGs, like MCs that were in the game, like Queen Latifah, Missy Elliott and them, I just feel like they're part of the problem. Because I feel like it's kind of like that job that you work where you're always told, like, it's that group of old women who are stuck in their ways and they just can't accept change. They're mean bitches. They always got something to say about the young girls coming up in the game. That's exactly how their attitudes are. And I say that because they don't really have a real reason to have an issue with Nicki. The real problem is Lil' Kim fell off when she got locked up. The game changed. The type of music changed when she got locked up. So when she came out, she thought she was going to still be on top. And guess what? It was a new girl, Onika Tanya Mirage, on top. And she didn't like that. And she thought her career was going to excel. She thought Diddy was going to help her out, allegedly. And he didn't. But this is allegedly the same person who didn't want to rap to begin with. If y'all remember, Lil' Kim was more into fashion than she was into rap. Biggie was the reason she started rapping to begin with. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of the narratives that they be trying to spin when it comes to Nicki, it really be them. They fit the narrative to a fucking T. But I just feel like in Remy's situation, she was just doing what she felt like she needed to do to get her foot back in the game. And I think that she went about it completely wrong. Not to mention, these weren't guaranteed promises that they made you. This was based on if you could or couldn't. And you could not. And I'm pretty sure she knew she couldn't from the beginning. But when you cocky and you have this big ass ego and you think you is who you think you is, it's the shit that happened. But I just feel like Nicki is really favored. Like, I really do feel like Onika Tanya Mirage is really favored by God. And I say that because every weapon that has formed against this lady has not prospered. Has not. Any attempt to end her career, any attempt to take away from the things that she's accomplished, any attempt to diminish or belittle the path that she has carved for these young girls coming up in the game, and even some of the men. Because we gotta remember, Nicki stepped in a male-dominated field and was even going against men. Like, we not finna play with this woman like she ain't really set the bar. She ain't really set the tone. She been in the game for damn near 20 years. Ain't hoe outsold her. We not talking about bots. We not talking about machines. We talking about genuine numbers. But that's how the game go. I'm not really surprised. I been knew something was off from the very beginning. And I think I said when all this first popped off and when Remy was doing all those interviews talking about Nicki that she was paid. It was obvious. Like, you can tell when someone's paid to say something negative about Nicki or go against her because they don't know how to hide it. They get cocky and their ego takes over. And like I said, her first interview, it was, oh, I don't have an issue with Nicki. I like Nicki. She doing her thing. And then it instantly switched up to, I don't like her. She's trying to stop my bag. And I also think a lot of it has to do with the industry getting in people's heads. And make them feel like when it came to old girl and Nicki that they had to pick a side. That played a lot into it as well. But I want to get you guys' thoughts and opinion on this situation. How do you feel about Remy allegedly admitting that she was in fact paid to go against Nicki and she was really just doing it just to get some money? But yeah, I just want to know how you guys feel. I want to know you guys' thoughts and opinions. Please put it down in the comments below. With that being said, I would like for you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.